The types of policies that can be settled within the market are universal life insurance policies, whole life policies, and term policies. The types of people who, as we mentioned, can settle policies is really any kind of life insurance policy owner. It doesn't make a difference if it's individually owned, if a business owns it, if it's owned by a trust. Any policy can be settled as long as we have the consent of, obviously, the policy owner and the insured. Term policies are a tremendous opportunity within the market. It allows an owner of a term policy who would know in normal circumstances not convert the policy to permanent insurance, as usually the costs are too high or the insurance is just no longer needed. It was needed when the individual was younger, but now that the individual is older and their children or the family may be older and on their own, the term policy is no longer needed. Very often the term policy is allowed to just run its course and it doesn't get converted. The latest data that we have is that only approximately 1% of term policies ever pay out a claim in the United States. Most of that is due to the term policies never getting converted, and therefore there's never an opportunity other than it maturing while it's in the term period for a death claim to be paid. So it's a wonderful opportunity for term policies to be converted and then sold as a universal life policy. Various types of advisors and professionals need to be knowledgeable in our market, including attorneys, including CPAs, advisors, life insurance agents, and of course trustees, who are very much the gatekeepers when it comes to trusts such as ILITs, where many policies are owned in the United States. Moving on slightly, what Genesis does within our market. Our responsibility is to the policy owner and to procure an opportunity with various funds and providers within the secondary market. Practically speaking, our firm takes care of underwriting, medical record retrieval, life expectancy studies, and utilizing that information. Our objective and our responsibility is to secure offers and to leverage offers with the various funds that we have. One of the ways that we do that is through the relationships and through the volume of business that we do, the knowledge base that we have with various types of policies, and generally having a very good understanding of which funds are looking for what types of policies and being able to make an offer actually work. So it's not always generally finding an offer, but it's actually getting an acceptable offer for a policy seller and finding a fund that can agree to pay that price. Part of our process is leveraging the various funds and providers against each other so we can come up with the best possible opportunity for a client. Generally, the underwriting process will include all work done behind the scenes. It is a non-invasive process. It requires the execution of a number of documents prior to the start of the process, and ultimately we will get back to a policy owner or to an advisor or both in terms of if an offer was procured and if we'll be able to move forward to a closing or not. The process of presenting an offer to a client involves post negotiating with a fund, multitude of funds coming back to a policy owner, ultimately getting acceptance on a policy and moving into a closing. The closing process is very similar to a real estate closing process, where we'll go through a documentation process, which generally can be turned around in as quick or in as lengthy period of time as the policy owner and advisor should choose. But ultimately, once the documents are executed and funds have been escrowed in a third-party escrow account, change forms will go to a carrier, and once those changes have been recognized by the carrier and we receive confirmation, the escrowed funds, the proceeds from the settlement, will be immediately sent to the policy seller.